Good morning, my name is Charles.
And I'm Cash.
And today we're going to be reading a book. So before we dive into it, we want to tell you why reading is important to us. I'm actually from France and I like to read books in French because it helps me reconnect to my culture, reconnect to my language. It's really a way for me to discover new places, discover new characters and new emotions. And we hope that you feel the same way about these books. What about you, Cash? What do you like to read?
I love reading because you get to just escape to a brand new, crazy world. So many people have wild imaginations out there and they just get to think of all these crazy adventures that people get to go on. And I love reading about those peoples and the history that they have.
That sounds great. All right, let's dive into it. So today we're gonna read a book called All About Weather. And you can see here, this is the front of the book with some illustrations. In the top right corner here, we can see a sun. Here we can see a rainbow with all the different colors, some umbrellas. So let's find out what this book is about. Before we dive into it, this is the front of the book, this is the spine, this is the back, and typically on the front of the book, this is where we can find the author. So this book was written by Huda Harajli, and by flipping a few pages, we can find out that someone by the name of Jen Sanders did all the illustrations. So illustrations are gonna be images that really help you understand what the text is about and really help you visualize the story in your mind. All right, should we start?
Let's go.
All right, so All About Weather, a first weather book for kids. To Hassan and Emily. Sometimes the book starts with a recognition as to who the author wants to dedicate the books for. I think it's really important for authors to recognize the people who've been important in their life to help them achieve their dreams and write books. So this one, the author wants to dedicate the book to Hassan and Emily. What is weather? Step outside. What does the sky look like? What does the air feel like? Can you look outside the window? Is the sky blue? The sky is blue. The air feels warm. That's the weather. Weather changes all the time. It helps you decide how to spend the day. You can see here multiple animations. So what do we have here? Looks like we have a couple of suns. This means snow. This is rain. A couple of clouds. Here, a thunder. A couple of clouds, a rainbow, a lot of wind, confusing thermostats, and a cloud. Weather also changes throughout the year. These changes are called seasons. Many places on Earth have 4 seasons. This is the case in New York. We have spring. We then have summer. Later in the year, turns into fall. And at the end of the year, we go into winter.
Charles, what's the season right now in New York? What is it outside?
The sky is blue. The air feels warm. And we start seeing flowers. So I think this is spring.
I think it's spring too. We're finally getting some warm weather. What about y'all at home? What's the season there? Is it cold and rainy? Maybe it's fall. Is it cold and snowy? Maybe it's winter. Or is it nice and sunny and warm and you're ready to go to the beach? It's probably summer then. All right, what's next?
Spring weather is warm and rainy. It's when flowers start to bloom. Summer is hot and sunny. The air becomes cooler during fall and leaves changes color. You can see here, all the leaves fell on the floor. Winter brings cold air and sometimes snow. Can you see here this beautiful snowman when kids are having fun outside? You can see even the dog has a little sweater. How cute. All right. Near the middle of the earth, there are only 2 seasons, rainy and dry. You can see here the earth on the right with a straight line in the middle. How many seasons happen where you live? Cash just asked you that, but hopefully you found the answer. Thermometers tell us how hot or cold the air is. Higher numbers are hotter, lower numbers are colder. So rain freezes and turns into snow at 32 Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. Is the sun shining today? Put on your coolest shades. What is the sun? The sun causes the weather on Earth and provides light and warmth. The sun is actually a star. It is more than 4.5 billion years old. Gosh, is that old?
That's so old. I'm 29 years old, and that's 4.5 billion years old? That's way more. That's way more.
Cash, I think this is a good point for me to pass the book to you and to start reading it.
Wonderful. I'd love to read some. The sun can make the air outside feel hot. You can enjoy a sunny day by playing outside. Do y'all have friends that you like to play with outside? You can go ride a bike, you can go swimming, you can go feed some pets, maybe play with your animals. You can ride your bike in the park or cool down at the beach. Watch out for the crabs though, they'll bite you. Is it windy? Quick, catch your hat before it flies away. What is wind? It's windy when the air around us moves. We can't see the wind, but we can feel it, right? Watch out for the cat. His hat might get blown off too. Enjoy a windy day by flying a kite or blowing bubbles. Look at all these kites here. They're flying so many. We've got one there. We've got another there. We can also use windmills to turn wind into electricity. See this guy back here? He spins and he creates electricity, which can power our homes and our phones and our computers and all those fun things. Are there fluffy shapes floating in the sky? It must be cloudy. There's so many types of clouds. Have you ever looked up and wondered what types they are? Sometimes we have cumulus clouds. These are light and fluffy. Sometimes we have stratus clouds that are higher up and longer. Other times we have cirrus clouds, which are nice and wispy and just float along. And other times we get nimbus clouds, which just kind of are hazy and float along there. Warmth from the sun causes tiny water droplets to rise up into the sky. Those tiny droplets stick together and make the clouds that we see every day. You can enjoy a cloudy day by lying in the grass and watching the clouds change shape. What kind of shapes do we see in the clouds here? We've got a star. What's this? Is that an animal? Is that maybe a puppy? Oh, here's another animal. Is that a fish? I think so. And what about that one? That one looks like a heart you draw for your mom or your dad. Clouds might look light and fluffy, but they're actually very heavy. One cloud can weigh more than 1 million pounds.
Wow.
That's the same as 100 elephants.
Wow.
Just imagine 100 elephants floating up above you in the sky.
That must be so heavy.
So heavy. Is it raining outside? Make sure to grab an umbrella. Unless you just want to play in the rain, then you don't need an umbrella. What is rain? Rain is all the water in the clouds that falls from them. Rain is a very important job. It provides the water plants need to grow. In fact, a drop of water typically spends 9 days in the sky before it ever falls back to Earth. That's so long. What can you do to enjoy a rainy day? You can enjoy a rainy day by reading a book near a window. Curl up with your cat, listen to the raindrops, and enjoy a nice book. Is it snowy? Don't forget to lace up those boots. What is snow? When rain freezes and gets very cold, it's called snow. Snow is icy and wet. Snowflakes come in lots of different shapes, but they all have 6 sides. Enjoy a snow day by making snow angels. Maybe try ice skating. Look at all the fun activities they've got out here. We've got some fishing on the frozen lake. We're making some snow angels, getting over there and waving our arms up and down. We've got a nice little rabbit just enjoying the cold. And we've got, oh, over here, this is my favorite. Enjoying a hot mug of cocoa, some hot chocolate. That's a good cold day for me.
I would love to finish that. All right. Is there a thunderstorm? Can you hear it? Let's move the picnic inside. What is a thunderstorm? If you can hear thunder and see lightning, that's a thunderstorm. Thunderstorms also bring rain and sometimes wind. Thunderstorms form when cold air and warm air meet. Enjoy a stormy day by playing games with your family. Can you see here? all playing games around the table. Do you like to play games around the table with family and friends?
What's your favorite game to play? Do you play with cards or maybe dominoes or checkers?
So many options.
So many.
Try counting the seconds between lightning and thunder. The higher you count, the farther away the storm is. Have you played that game?
All the time. Whenever I was young, I would get so scared of storms.
Yeah?
If I counted and it got higher, that means it was further away and it was going away from me,
scared.
so I knew I was safe.
Try looking outside after a thunderstorm and you might see a rainbow. Rainbows form when light shines through raindrops. Can you spot a rainbow here? All the different colors in the sky, right here.
Beautiful.
The 7 colors in a rainbow are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Let's get ready for the weather. It is a cold, snowy day. Point to what you will need. What do you think you will need? Cash. Can you give them a hint?
Let's see. If it's cold, I know my hands often get very cold and I want to avoid that. So I'm going to go with some mittens. I think those will keep me nice and warm.
I think that's a really good.
What about you, Charles? Is there anything else you choose to help keep you warm?
I think I'll go with the same recommendation. All right, next, it's raining. Point to 2 items you will need. Can you spot those items?
Well, if it's rainy and I go running through puddles, I don't want to get my feet wet. So I'm going with the big old rain boots. What about you, Charles? What keeps you dry?
I think in addition to the rain boots, I will grab an umbrella to make sure that I'm keeping myself and my clothes free from rain. All right, the weather is sunny and bright. Point to what you will need. There's one last item on the page that we have not selected. Can you spot it? Cash.
That's right.
Can you help?
You're going to go with the sunglasses.
Exactly.
When it gets sunny and bright out, you can't see anymore. You put those sunglasses on and you're all good to go.
All right, one more game. Look at the clothes each person is wearing. Use your weather knowledge to decide which season they are in. Is it spring, summer, winter, or fall? All right, let's start with the one right here. What do we see here?
Let's see. I see an umbrella. I see a raincoat. They look like they're probably trying to stay out of the rain. And I know it rains a lot in the spring. I think they're in the spring.
I think that's a really good answer. All right, let's move on to this one. All right, so here we can see a beanie, we can see a scar, and I think this really looks like someone is trying to protect from the cold, and that would most likely be winter.
I think you're right. That makes sense.
Thank you, Cash.
What about this one? Oh, they've got a scarf and there's lots of leaves blowing around. It looks very windy. They're probably in the fall and trying to stay safe from the wind.
All right, and the last one, we see sunglasses, t-shirts, and shorts. That has to be summer.
Oh, they're ready to go to the beach for sure.
All right, now you're a weather expert. What is your favorite type of weather?
Look at all these types of weather. Do you like when it is sunny with just a little bit of clouds? Do you like when it's really sunny and hot? Do you like snow when it gets cold? Do you like to play in the rain? Do you like to play in lots and lots of rain? Or maybe you like it when it's windy and it can blow your kite around and you can have fun. Do you like it when it's hot or when it's cold? Do you like it when it's windy? Or maybe when the rainbow comes out and you get to see all the pretty colors?
What about you, Cash? What is your favorite type of weather?
Right now in New York is my favorite type of weather. It is nice and sunny, but still a little cool, and you get to go outside and have lots of fun with friends.
That sounds great. All right, and at the end, we typically see some information about the author and the illustrator. So we want to thank them for creating such a wonderful story and book. And we want to thank you for listening to us, and we hope you enjoyed the story as much as we did.
Absolutely. Thank you all.